What's going on, everybody? Welcome to yet another episode, a special time-delayed episode. We're sorry we didn't let you know in advance, of Android Faithful, your weekly source for the latest news, hardware, and apps for the world, the wide, wide world of Android. I'm one of your hosts, Jason Howell, joined as always by...
another host, Huyen
and...
Florence Ion!
Ooh, raise the roof. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
We're doing things a little different this week. First of all, great to be back. Don't have COVID. Very happy about that. I did last week. It sucked.
Sorry, Jason.
Look, we in the world of Android, we have a very few weeks that are like must be on deck for.
Must see TV.
Must see TV. And Google's hardware event week is possibly near, if not the top of that. I mean, it's definitely within the top 3. And then I found out that I had COVID, so I couldn't participate. So y'all did great. And I wish I could have joined you.
We did what we could. It was a really busy week. And I think the thing that's really frustrating, and let's go ahead and get into this, which is that we're still not able to cover absolutely everything. Like, it's going to take us a couple of weeks of shows to really get through everything that Google announced last week, to really understand the features that are coming through. I can't wait to see what happens when people get their new phones and it only has eSIM.
Oh,
really bad.
We're going to talk about that.
We're going to have so many angry people. I'm anticipating a lot of angry people.
I am too. Or, or either angry or they don't know what to think about it, right? Because we're steeped in the phone world.
Angry.
We understand the reasons behind it.
This is broken.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we'll
going
definitely
back to the iPhone.
We will. Yeah, that's it.
Until they find out.
I was going to say, does it get any better? I don't know that it does.
Nope. It also is only eSIM over there.
Wah, wah, wah. It's just the way of the world, way of the future. That's the stench of the future.
My understanding is that this is the stench of the US models. The US models are the ones that are eSIM only. So.
Not happy. Yes, so this is a special episode. There is far too much for us to ever cover on a single episode around this time of year. As to drive that point home, you may have recognized that you got an extra episode of the show unexpectedly last week, and that was kind of because we just had too much to talk about. And so we had an extra episode with Minnie Brooks from the Material 3 Expressive team, who joined you, Flo, and was it
Ron and Michelle.
Sorry.
Ron and Michelle.
That's right. Ron and Michelle. And if you missed it, definitely check it out. Very illuminating conversation. Even broke some news on that episode. And then we also have a wonderful kind of write-up that Ron put on the site. I mean, there was so much,
I edited.
Yeah, that you edited. I mean, we got so much stuff hitting the site right now. It's awesome. It's like we're legit or something.
We try with the resources that we have.
Boy, we do try. At least we're trying. Anyways, if you missed that episode, definitely check it out. Hope you liked us kind of playing around with the format a little bit, putting out the interview outside of a regular episode. We're like, well, why not? Why can't it live on its own? Might do that more. But we would love to hear your thoughts, and please let us know how you feel about that approach. Because at the end of the day, we want to create a show that you want to listen to. So feedback at androidfaithful.com. Let's get right into the news. I think it's time. I think we just need to get there. And this has some feathers being ruffled. Big Bird is having Big Bird's feathers are all ruffled. I'm going to stop on that. Okay, Google has a plan to require all developers to verify their identities, even those who are distributing apps outside of the Play Store. This has to do with the US kind of version of Android, let's say. So if you're on Android in China, this isn't going to apply to you there. But it does here. Aim is to increase accountability, to protect users from bad apps and malware. At least this is what Google says. Developers have to kind of jump through some hoops now if they're going to submit if they're going to create an app for Android and then eventually possibly submit it to the Play Store, they have to submit a bunch of information to the Android Developer Console: legal name, address, email, phone number. Larger organizations are going to have to submit their web address, the DUNS, which is the Data Universal Numbering System number. It's like a unique identifier for businesses. And I guess the one kind of positive here is that if you're a hobbyist or if you're a student, you don't have to pay the $25 registration fee. And yeah, starts rolling out officially September 26th. So we got some time. There's ways to get involved with it earlier than then, but global rollout's going to happen all through 2027. So this is one of those things that's probably going to pop up over the course of the next couple of years that we're going to be talking about. And I have to throw it over to you, Huyen, because you are firmly entrenched into the developer community, obviously. Mm-hmm. And this seems very developer impactful. What do you think? Is it?
I mean, yeah, it will be. So this is not the first move towards broader identification verification. I think even in 2023, I forgot if we were Android faithful or the other show at the time, but for new Google Play Console organizational accounts at that time, you did have to submit a dunce number. I don't think it was for personal accounts. But some things that have happened from that is that, kind of like, even if you were, say, an independent person or even a large organization, you still, I think even with that update back in 2023, you still had to give someone a representative's identification. So yes, all of this very invasive PII, like providing a driver's license or other government ID, like full name and address. So I'm not saying that to mitigate that this is Google kind of asking for more personal information, but that this is a trend and not, just all of a sudden they're deciding to ask everyone for things. Another thing that I think is getting mixed up a little bit is the relationship of this to sideloading. So it is related, but it is related. So the main thing about this, and the thing that definitely is worth discussing, is that this requirement of identity verification is both for like business, organizational, and for personal accounts, minus, of course, the exceptions for students and hobbyists, which caps like installs and something else. But basically, if you're just a hobbyist or just learning how to code, this will not affect you. It's like if you're actually trying to make an app that is distributed and used by people, it will affect you. So yeah, so there's going to be for both personal and consumer, and regardless of whether your app is distributed on the Google Play Store or in a third-party store, if that app is to be installed on an Android certified phone, which is a phone that has Google Play Protect enabled, has Google Play services, you have to do this. And so the relationship to sideloading starts to become, okay, like sideloading is already getting limited. You can actually, by the way, turn sideloading back on if you go into Google Play Protect, and I think you can disable its restrictions on sideloading. So this starts getting people's gullet because, okay, even if I'm not targeting Play Store, even if I do not give a crap about distributing on Google Play Store, if I want my app installed on a Android or Google certified, I forgot what the nomenclature is, but basically something that has Google Play services and Google Play Protect, I have to identify myself. So yes, you should be very well aware and wary of providing your personal information, especially as an individual person and especially individual developer, to Google. But I cannot say that I'm surprised, and I can't necessarily say that I find it wholly unreasonable. And I kind of talked to Jason a little bit about this before. There's so much malware. It is not just a problem for regular people, but it is just a PR and logistical and liability problem for Google that's just not going away. And so to some extent, and we've said this before, Android is no longer the open source fun playground that it was 10, 12 years ago. It's a business, and Google is taking even more tighter controls of it. We've already talked about how they are developing AOSP in private and doing all these different things. So I don't mean to be like, I'm complacent, Wynn's kind of given up. But I think the writing is on the wall that I don't like, that Android, may not necessarily become like iOS and totally walled garden. Google is reeling it in. And so I think there's some reasonableness to this, and yes, like I think Jason, you and Tom talked about this, that there's a bit of a spirit of Android as scrappy, as something where you get to control everything, you get to decide your fate, you can do whatever you want with it. That is going away, and this is just yet another big crowbar in like what is like an anti-wall. Like I'm getting like Pink Floyd, but like it kind of like laying another brick in the wall that is like cutting Android off from what we thought it would be. But at the same time, I can't give you a good reason other than the spirit of openness is slowly dying. I can't give you a reasonable, reason to not do this unless, and of course, like if you don't want to give Google your personal information and show them your government ID, absolutely, like you have all that right. But I do think that they also reserve rights to not let you install your app on their certified phones. But that doesn't preclude things like graphene or other, more AOSP devices, which aren't like, Google certified, Android certified, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's tough. Like I'm sad. Like I've been sad for like a number of years that the community and the ecosystem that I love is just getting even tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, just a Google ship. And it's really just a Google business. And that also has been reflected in people that I really respect and that kind of contributed and built this community of openness, being like, okay, F it, we're out. And kind of like leaving not just Google and Android, but kind of like accepting, like, so I'm kind of like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just depressing. It's very adult. It's very depressing. It's the way the world is. And I just would say like, yeah, don't accept this if you're not comfortable with it. But I think this is going to be the cost of doing business in Android, and I don't like it. But I also can't argue that if you make people verify themselves, they're probably going to behave a little better. So
yeah, that's true. That's
true. With how easy it is to just like make apps do anything with AI, man. I don't want more slop.
I just found out that this is not Android, but like on Steam, I didn't realize that there's like a glut of like just AI generated like games, and that people are just uploading a whole bunch of like cloney games and then charging $2, $5, $7 for it, and then I didn't realize that. Like I just found that out.
I'm not surprised, but I hadn't heard that. But I'm not surprised.
It's like
everybody's looking for their easy pay, payday.
Yeah, and so not that I think this is to prevent that, but it is a weird time, and especially with all the clone apps, the like, hey, I'm that app that you think I am. Like I think
that's a legit problem. Yeah, absolutely.
Like the not imposter, but the I can't think of the right word, but like
I think that makes sense. That makes sense to
me.
The
catfish app.
Oh my god.
It's a catfish. It's a catfishing app.
Is it cat? Yeah, I guess catfishing apps.
Catfishing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Like, and it definitely will be a negative, but it is a negative. It does mean a lot of things, but I think number one, if you still want to sideload, go into Google Protect, turn off. I think whatever the sideloading restriction is, you still have that option. And I mean, it just might drive people who really want to maintain privacy and really want to maintain that like super open, scrappy, open or die. It's going to drive people to kind of more like outside of the entire Google system.
I mean,
like,
you shouldn't be on Google if you're trying to be under the radar.
That's my thing, girl. Like, I get it. It's just like it's sad.
No, I get it.
We had a good thing.
Yeah. No, I know. I was there. I've been there with y'all.
We were there. We were smile because we had it, and I guess I don't know.
Smile because it happened.
Smile because it happened.
Don't cry because it's over. Smile.
Wow.
Because
it happened. You can cry. You can. I've cried a couple times, but so yeah, that's kind of my take. I feel like I'm betraying like my Android spirit roots, but I don't know.
It's not like this hasn't been signaled a million different times. Like this is not the first time that Google has kind of signaled that Android, the wide open wilderness of Android of days past, is kind of less and less over time. And there are reasons, right? Like there are legitimate reasons for that. And there are also people that will, continue to look back and just be like, yeah, but it was better that way. And that may be the case, but it's also business and a million other reasons. And yeah.
A million other reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Million reasons why.
A million other reasons.
A million QPR beta versions why.
I've got a couple of reasons of why you might want to get on the Android 16 QPR2 Beta 1.
Oh, yeah?
Just a couple.
Oh.
Just a couple.
Okay.
So, as we said, Android 16 QPR2 Beta 1 is launched. For those who are in the beta, I'm actually running the beta on the Pixel 9 Pro XL right now because I wouldn't dare run a beta on my daily driver.
Oh, I used to do that. I don't do that anymore.
I know you did. And anyway, that's why you're a brave man.
I'm no longer brave.
Was a brave man. Yes. So there's a long list of there's a long change log as to what is a part of this beta release. But I just went through and plucked a couple of things that sounded interesting to me personally. So I hope that this is also interesting to our audience. Okay. Let's see. The dark theme expanded option was something that I was like, okay, that's nice. So this is intended as an accessibility feature. It'll basically force dark mode on certain apps, but this does not replace developers an actual native dark mode for your interface. So yeah, keep that in mind. Okay. It's an accessibility thing at the end of the day.
It's like forced dark mode, which has been.
Do you want to give me a migraine?
For a long time, right?
No, make a dark mode.
Yeah.
Do the work, y'all. This has been out for like 8 years now. Just get your dark mode together.
Get your dark mode together.
Get it together.
More smooth data migrations between Android and iOS, which seems very perfectly themed for this new phone that's coming out that's supposed to encourage people to leave iOS. We'll see about that. PDF document editing, which this stood out to me because Lord knows I have spent years trying to deal with PDFs on Android.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I've been in a bind. I've had to sign like a freelance contract, or I've had to sign an embargo, but like I can't do it on, the phone. Now it'll be a little bit easier. Just a little bit.
A little bit easier.
Just a little bit easier. It'll let you do edit annotations, edit page, that sort of thing. Granular haptic feedback control, which again is more of an accessibility feature, but I like a haptic feedback. Makes things feel alive.
No, I do too. Haptics go a long ways for me, and I love knowing that they're being more emphasized. Oh no. Remind me, and maybe I need to add that to my thing in our hardware section that we haven't talked about yet. I'm going to give myself a note that totally ties in with exactly what you're talking about here.
Okay.
Anyways, continue.
All right. Quick settings tile categories makes it a little easier for you to figure out what apps or what quick settings are native to the system and what are add-ons from the apps that you have installed. So this is going to be a part of the full Android 16 experience. Also, an HDR and SDR brightness slider. So if the HDR is just kind of like too much for you, you can go into the settings and adjust this. And then I just thought this was cheeky, okay? Because developers can now get widget engagement metrics. Like, finally.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes. Yes. Like, I don't know why this has to be new in 2025, but
thank you.
And it's part of the reason y'all don't have more widgets is because we keep telling our bosses and people who pay us or allow us to do things that people like widgets, and no one can get engagement yes. Yes.
Do you know how many widget packs I've bought recently? Because I found this app that lets you basically do the same thing you can do on the iPhone you could do that anyway on Android, but it lets you bring in copyrighted content. So like branded content, I should say. So like Tamagotchi. So you can have like Tamagotchi icons. You can have Tamagotchi widgets that show you the time and the battery meter and all that, which you have to pay for the packs as part of the app. That's all to say that I've basically been living my life around widgets lately because the iPhone users got me on it. Because I saw that they were just putting like pictures of like their, the celebrity they love, like on their home screen, and they were putting, little like countdowns to the next like fun thing that's happening. And I was like, oh yeah, I want to do that on my phone. That's fun. It is.
I'm
now
you should know. And yes, development, especially like at big developer publishing houses, everything is engagement driven, everything is metrics driven. So hallelujah. Only like 10 years too late, but hey, come on, more widgets. We need widgets. We love widgets.
Well, that's our thing, man. That's always been our thing.
It's been our thing since version 1, y'all. Like, we got to take it back. We're the OG.
I think, the updates to Material 3 Expressive are placing more emphasis on widgets. So, yeah.
Do it.
A better tool set.
I would like to, just one little request, though. I would like to adjust the opacity on some of them.
Okay.
Because, if you have a background.
Sometimes the noisy background.
A Dutch Eurovision star.
Oh, are you talking about Joost?
You want to be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? That's
all. You're talking about Toast?
I am talking about Toast.
Okay. Ooh, what you got, Win? Also kind of along similar lines, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't enough that y'all got, made by Google. It wasn't enough that y'all got QPR2 Beta 1. You're also getting an Android Canary as well. So in case you didn't have enough stuff, if you are on the bleeding cutting edge, I guess the cutting comes first and the bleeding. I'm so sorry, that sounded a little bit morbid. But if you like to be on the bleeding edge of Android and joined the Android Canary program earlier this summer, you can now get, as of last Wednesday, when everything else was happening, Android Canary 2508. And it has landed. So it's been some time now, right? It's been a week. So we don't really know a lot of what's in it. I mean, I guess by now we know, but kind of because it was kind of just like a, hey, surprise Canary, there wasn't a lot of like specifics around what's in it. But hey, if you've used it and you were part of the Canary program, number one, please explain, like, I don't know, your thinking towards life and your ability to deal with risk and your daringness. Like, I don't know. Let me know if you also like skydive and stuff, but also just let us know, like, what are you seeing in Android Canary 2508 that is interesting for you, especially if you have a Pixel 6 and newer, because that is who's going to be getting the Canary. And there you go. Canary, beta, real phones. Like, we got everything for you. We got software, we got hardware, just all over the place.
Dang.
Get it? Because it's a canary. Tweety Bird was a canary.
Tweet.
Oh my God, Tweety was a canary. Mom dumb. I didn't realize.
Android Canary arriving for testers. Okay, so we've got all that, and then we've got our amazing patrons who enable us to do what we do each and every week, and for that we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for your support each and every week. Patreon.com/Android Faithful. I don't know. What is that? Backstreet Boys?
That's a Britney song. It's a Britney song.
Okay, I knew it was somewhere in that vein. I knew it must have been. Want to throw out a thank you to our bug droid artiste, Michael Kaiser. Anyways, Michael, thank you for sending in this image to the Patron Pick post on Patreon. It's kind of a dark,
it's a noir, except for the androids are not noir. Which I kind of love.
They're very They're
the only green things.
Yes. Everything else is black and white, but that makes sense to me. That works. You got your little AI symbol in the corner, because if this was made with Gemini, now you get things like that to call out the fact that it was geminated is what I almost said. Generated. Geminated. That's what they need to call it. This has been geminated. Anyways, good image, Michael Kizar. Thank you, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name, but this is very nice film noir version of the bug droid chasing the case of the Android news. All right, so each and every week we put out for our patrons at patreon.com/AndroidFaithful the ability to vote on their favorite of 3 stories that we will talk about on the show. And the votes are in. And coming in at the bottom with 22%, Vivo just beat Samsung in launching first Android mixed reality headset. By the way, we'll be talking about that in After Hours for those of you who subscribe at that level. Coming in at second is 29% of the votes went to this MagSafe gaming controller is giving LG Wing vibes, and we are here for it. If you remember the LG Wing, you're definitely going to want to check that out because that's a very, very interesting gaming controller. But you did not want us to talk about that. Maybe even I've said too much. If you want to find out more, you can in Android After Hours. What we're going to talk about, though, is Android 16's power button functionality. Google is basically adding a new shortcut to Android 16 that's going to let users double press the power button. You might be saying to yourself, well, you can already do that and it launches the camera. Well, that's true. But did you know that you're going to be able to customize it, but not for anything whatsoever, just for Google Wallet? Maybe they'll open it up eventually, but for right now, you're going to have the ability to either launch the camera or launch Google Wallet. This is a functionality feature that has been present in Samsung One UI for quite a while. And so now it's coming to Pixel, although not all Pixels. Apparently it's starting with Pixel 8 and newer. It's actually found on stable Android 16 build. So if you're on stable build, then you can probably find the settings that you're seeing here, and you have the little selection for the two different things there, two different options, camera or wallet. There doesn't seem to be any real technical reason why it shouldn't hit older Pixels. It's not like it's tied into a technical capability. It's just a couple of presses on the power button, but who knows? Maybe it'll come to older phones eventually.
I wonder if it's the face unlock, the biometric unlocking. Because the wallet, on the smartwatch, you have to do biometric unlocking or a PIN if you want to bring up a wallet. And so I imagine that there has to be some sort of extra security thing there.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
That's just my thinking.
I'm realizing.
I'm sorry, I didn't think to ask Google that before we did this show.
No, that's a good point. I should point out that this article was broken by none other than Michelle Ramon on Android Authority. Mm-hmm. So there you go.
Who was on vacation this week?
Who's on vacation. I hope he's sitting on a beach, soaking in the rays. So there we go. That you wanted it, you got it. Are either of you, like, I'm so used to double tapping the power button and getting the camera. Like, I don't know.
I will never switch.
No.
I will never change it.
Permanent muscle memory, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had that before iPhone had a camera button. Okay. Yes. Which by the way, doesn't work as well. I'm sorry. It just doesn't.
Is it slower or just not?
Yeah,
it's just because of where it's placed on the iPhone, it's on the bottom. So you have to slide, your thumb, let's say you're right-handed, you'd have to slide your thumb down a little bit to kind of like hit it.
No, power button's great. No, power button's a good place. And I also I don't know how y'all use wallets because I use my wallet with my watch so much. I really I have triggers. I have ways of triggering it. It's fine.
So funny. I never use it with my watch. Never. It's just a habitual thing. I just never
don't
think
to use my
watch.
I don't like unlocking because when I'm doing BART and stuff, it's easier for me to just unlock the phone, swipe it, and then pop it in my pocket as soon as I walk through the turnstile.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's interesting. I mean, and meanwhile, every time I set up a new phone, as we were going to talk about in hardware, I end up having to sync my OnePlus Watch 3 to the new phone. And every single time on the onboarding, it shows me the thing and it says, you can pay with your watch. Just do this. So it's not like I don't know, but I just never think to do it when I'm at a terminal. I know that using my phone is going to work and I just go with the thing that works.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just don't want to deal, man.
Don't want to deal. Life's too difficult to deal. I don't want to. That's how I feel. Thank you to our patrons, our amazing supporters. Thank you to Michael Kizar for the bug droid. And thank you to Mike Matatal from Canada, another wonderful patron for supporting us. Patreon.com/Android Faithful. You keep us in business when you support us on Patreon. So thank you. We like being in business.
Thank you.
We like doing this podcast. So thank you. All right, we're going to take a break. And on the other side of the break, we're going to talk about, that's right, we've got the Pixel 10 and the Pixel 10 Pro. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're going to talk about it here in a few minutes. All right, it's Pixel 10 Day. That's right. This is the reason why we delayed the show, is because the embargo lifts on Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, which, oh my goodness, that's when this episode appeared in your feed, is 10 a.m. Pacific on Wednesday morning. Sorry to do the delayed release 2 weeks in a row, but like when it comes to like a Pixel release.
Special events.
It's a special event.
It's like special event parking.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only available for people attending the event.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of like that. I'm going to have to think about that one. We'll shoehorn some other aspects to that to make it work. Let's talk about the Pixel 10 because I know at least Flo and I have been rocking the 10 for about a week. I don't know that I'm fully ready for a review, but I certainly have thoughts. And I know that you've been putting a lot of time into this, Flo. And I don't know, you had the great idea. Why don't you announce the great idea for this segment?
Okay, so, I have a kindergartner. So one thing that, we like to remind her of is never to yuck somebody's yum. But I decided that Jason and I should each have 3 yucks and 3 yums.
Yes, I love it.
Because this is all that's going through my head is kindergarten analogies. But in all sincerity, it was also because like we have not had these phones for even a full week.
Yeah.
And I have ordered my phone. So what I'm using right now is the review phone, but the real work doesn't come until I get my phone that I own, that I really chop up. So what
chop up? What are you going to
chop up? I don't know. I just, what I have been looking at, though, I've been going over the reviewer's guide and kind of just really looking at Google's marketing message and trying to just at least get my hands on some of that stuff. There's a couple of things that I didn't really have a chance to dive into. For instance, I haven't had a chance to have AI do an edit for me. And I just haven't found an organic. Yeah, like I haven't found like an organic edit for that. And I kind of want to wait for the opportunity versus trying to force it.
Force it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But what I did force is my first yuck, which is the 100x zoom.
We're just going to get right into it, aren't we?
We're going to get right into it. I am not happy.
You're not happy?
I'm not happy.
I think the promise is interesting. So let's take a step back and just really quickly say, if we've got the Pixel 10, which by the way, I do have these devices. I have the 10.
I also have the Pixel 10.
You've got
Friday.
Oh, the 10. You haven't opened it.
It's coming Friday. My assessment.
This is the 10. It's got kind of a faint lavender quality to it. The one that I've been using is the 10 Pro.
You can't even tell that it's lavender from the press photos that they had put out last week.
It's very faint. I can hardly tell.
I couldn't even tell from the Jimmy Fallon spectacle.
Yeah. It's very faint. It's not nearly as powerful. It's not Pank powerful. Let's just say that. But so the difference here, one of the differences is that on the 10, you do have a 3x optical zoom that can do up to
5x.
Oh, is it 5x?
5x optical zoom. Yes.
Optical up to 20x super res or whatever super res zoom.
Yes, which was the original allowance of the Pixel 9 Pro.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Now on the 10 Pro, it can do ProRes zoom, which is up to 100x. And anyone who's watched these shows... After 30x. Yes, that's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. 30x and beyond. And essentially, it's AI sharpening or
honey,
different.
Is it ever.
Yeah, or something more than that. And so that's the setup, is that the Pro is capable of up to 100x sharpening with AI after you take a 100x photo, which, by the way, does not look very good before you sharpen it. How does it look after you sharpen it, Florence Ion?
Would you like to, if you wouldn't mind, Jason?
Yes.
Loading the little. I tried to put together a
okay, you
slide.
did. You put together a little slideshow. Do I just do I go into slideshow mode?
Could you start it? Like we're in a meeting right now. You got to show me.
Yeah,
the
but I never
numbers.
use this for meetings. How do I start it? Oh, slideshow. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So 2x. So audio listeners, sorry, this is very visual, but we got 2X.
I'm going to do my best to explain it to you.
Okay.
So the Pixel 10 Pro gives you several options. It gives you, let me do the double tap with the power button. So it gives you 0.5, which is the wide angle, not featured here. It gives you 1X, which is not featured here. It gives you 2X, which I featured here. It gives you a 5X bookmark, which is the next slide. Mm-hmm. Okay, still looks really good. Gives you a 10X. Ooh. Again, we've got, this is still optical.
That's pretty impressive looking though. That's
why things look good and sharp.
Yep.
You got a sunset photo, you're going to get the colors from it. You're probably going to want to go in and adjust it a little bit after the fact, but the information, the data is all there. Then after 10, you just are on a slider. And so what I did is I tested 30X a couple of times, but this is 100X. So if you go back to that last slide, do you notice, you see where all those trees are that are like popping up?
Right over here?
That's where we're going to be zooming into.
Okay.
Boom. Okay.
Wow.
Boom.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, first of all, I put the unedited version and the edited version side by side so that you can see the difference in quality, in sharpness. Oops. You can kind of see, well, I'll get to that one in a second. You can kind of see what the algorithm does to the photo. I will say that at this length, I was able to see people playing soccer, weaving in and out of the trees. Uh-huh. So I was able to see the soccer game that was happening yesterday at sunset at the community park, which is what I 100X zoomed into.
So is the left side the raw and the right side is the corrected? I honestly am having a hard time telling the difference.
I thought the opposite personally.
That this was...
I don't remember which way I put it.
Yeah, actually, this does look a little sharper. Yeah, when I look at the tree.
Which one is it? The left?
The left.
Okay, yes. Because what happens is, after the Pixel fixes the photo for you, it will give you the edited photo first in the dump, and then it will give you the original photo. So it's basically presenting you the photo that it made look all pretty, and then it says, but here's the ugliness that we prettified.
Yeah. I mean, I will say what I'm looking at right now actually looks pretty decent. You know, like when I look at the roof of this house and then I look at the sharpened area, it adds a little bit of texture there. So that's how it's obvious that now that I see it, the left is the sharpened. But I'm not seeing too many like out of nowhere artifacting. Like Google said this is best on landscapes, and this kind of seems to prove that that's probably pretty true. Things don't look
but
too
now
bad
if you go to the next slide.
Yeah, setting it up. All right.
So here we have the beautiful windmills. Now these windmills, for those who have never visited the Sassoon Valley, these windmills are what keep the Budweiser factory going. Okay, the Budweiser factory. Yes, we have one. There's a Budweiser factory, and I can see the windmills for it in the distance. And I told Google, I said that this is my test bed right here. This is what I like to test. So yesterday I went out with the tripod and I zoomed in as much as I could. When I tell you how long it took me, by the way, to get this shot on a tripod, because the computer is constantly adjusting and trying to you could just see it trying to find the image that the computer thinks you will like the best. The way it pieces it together. So on the left, we have the photo that was AI helped. Okay.
Ooh.
Now these windmills were moving. It was a very windy day yesterday. If you look on the right is it before the AI got to it. Not only is it blurry, but if you zoom in, you can see that Google filled in. So because the windmills were moving, Google filled in some of the movement parts as arms.
Yeah, so you can see like it would normally be 3, right? But then it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know what's going on the left. The left, it looks like a 5-pointed star. Like that is.
And it's because it was moving. It was spinning. And so the AI was like, it tried to, figure it out.
It's
is this
filling
spinning?
The gaps
No, it's another blade. And so I was like, okay. But now let's do another one. So if you go to the next slide, please.
Let's see here. Boop. There we go.
All right. So this is called the Golden Bear. It is a decommissioned boat that used to be, actually, it's still used by the California Maritime Academy to train people on boats. Drive. That's what the Coast Guard does. They drive boats. And I was curious to see, okay, 100x, you're telling me I can see really far. So I zoomed in. This is 100x right here. I zoomed in on the very front. Now, can you guys see the squiggly lines that are supposed to be the boat's name?
Oh, yeah. No, that looks full on AI gobbledygook.
That is AI gobbledygook. Yeah. And you can see that AI tried to fill in the blanks too, like along the top of the antennae. I mean, this is antenna
just weird
of the boat
right here. Yeah, there's some wonkiness.
Just some very strange artifacts left over. And so if you go to the next,
and I think part of this, if I was to guess, is it was probably a sunny, summery, hot day. And so you see, when you look through a camera at a distance when it's a hot day and the refraction of the sky kind of warps things, and so you end up with these like weird little kind of like distortions, and then AI goes in and says, let me make sense of this distortion, and it kind of approximates what it might be. It's totally making it up as it goes.
And so this is what the boat
actually looks like.
I just found a picture, like a stock photo of the boat and what it's supposed to look like, because I didn't know that it was called the Golden Bear, right? I had seen those squiggly marks on the side and I was like, hold on, that's got to say something. So then I looked up the vessel and I saw that it's supposed to say Golden Bear on the side. Also has a cute little golden bear on the smokestack there. And smokestack? I don't know if that's what it's called. I don't know boat terminology as well as I know planes.
I don't know. I don't know either.
But so I kind of was just like, what the heck is the point of this? And last night when I was taking these photos, I was texting Ron and Jason at like 10 o'clock at night, by the way. Sorry, guys. I was just like, what is this? Like, what is the point of this?
It is fiction, is what it is.
Now, it's not all fiction, right? Because Jason and I both agree that up to the 30x, having that zoom is really nice. You still get a sharp landscape shot. If you want to take a nice sunset, you have that ability. If you want to crop in on a picture of your kid, you have that ability without it, giving up so much of the detail. So those are all good things that were put into this. It's just the marketing promise of this 100x is the exact same thing that Samsung did with its 100x. And for most people,
I don't remember Samsung doing as much sharpening on the other side. I just remember Samsung saying, see, it's capable of 100x. Doesn't it look good? And it looked like absolute garbage.
Well, don't you remember Moongate for Samsung?
Oh, yeah, no, Moon. Yeah, I feel like that was kind of like its own isolated thing where it was like, and we've like programmed the algorithm to know.
But that started the whole conversation of what makes a photo a photo. And like, if you're taking a picture of the moon, but it's actually a photo, an archival photo placed over your photo of the moon, is that still the moon that you took, or is that just
right?
And I thought about that with the boat. Is that still the picture of the boat that I took?
I mean,
the Golden Bear.
Yeah, it's both. It is the picture of the boat, and it's a total approximation / guess of how to fill in the gaps for something, and Google has said that this is tuned
These are Jason's
to
photos,
work. Yeah, this is one of mine, is tuned to work best with landscapes for natural scenery, right? There's an AI model that's like a gig that you have to explicitly download inside of the camera app to enable this functionality at all. So that's the model running on the device. This is 100x before, where it's, it's blurry, right? It's blurry, it's pixelated, and then afterwards, and it filled in all the detail. And do I know for a fact that these leaves were in that particular position? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that Google actually knows it. They just know that there's a blob of leaves right here. So they've made determinations about how that fills in. At the same time, do I feel confident that this somewhat represents that actual tree structure that's there and does a better job of representing it than this blurry piece of crud? I'm okay with it here. But there's other things where, like this, this is another one that gets the refraction, the heated refraction. So as a result, the building looks like it's like falling apart or something. And then AI like fills it in. So I guarantee you this building does not look like that when you're close to it, you know, but it's sharper, but it's also total guesses, you know? And so as you and I were bouncing around about this, and we've spent almost half of our review time on this one thing, so we should probably speed things up. But as we were talking about this, I think what we realized is this is a totally fictional piece of software. I'm fascinated by it, even though like it's not real. What you see through here is an approximation. It's a guess. It's AI generated art is what it is based on what your camera picks up. That's all it is.
Jason, do you want to talk about my next yuck is the same as you? So I feel like let's tag team on this, which is that Daily Hub.
Yeah, I mean, Daily Hub, is this something that I can easily
It's supposed to be like the daily brief on the Samsung devices. It's supposed to look at your usage, the apps that you have installed, the content that you typically interact with, and then serve it to you. But Daily Hub now is just basically, go ahead, Jason.
Well, no. I'm just kind of pulling it up to follow along. It's just very, I mean, they call it out. It's a preview at the top. Okay, great. It's meant to like organize, you know, all this smart stuff about you, and kind of the information that you have stored in your phone to kind of collect it and, you know, again, try and be smart enough to offer you the next thing that you might be interested in listening to or whatever. Down at the bottom, it's like all these random things like the other day, I think every single thing down here taps into Gemini. So these are all Gemini prompts that just it
goes based off what you've been doing in Gemini. Cause for me, it's offering me camping in California.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it ties into
and also like look up policy stuff. It's like jump right back in where you were. Oh, you were vibe coding the other day. Here's some JavaScript.
Right. Well, and, you know, always my complaint with this stuff is maybe these systems are at a better place to know what I want before I know what I want, but never do I look at something like this and go, oh, I'm going to listen to that now, or, oh, I'm going to jump into that Gemini prompt and do that now, because that's exactly what I didn't know I wanted to do now, and now I do. It's just, they try and guess, and I don't feel like it does a great job. Maybe it'll get better, but I'm not that positive on it.
Yeah. So I think I'm ready to go into Yums because my other yuck was just that there's really no reason to upgrade, but I feel like we'll get to that at the conclusion here. Things I've had really good luck with so far. Battery life has been great. Battery has been really great. I love the way that Google has fixed the battery rundown algorithms. The Pixel 9 already, I was having such a great experience with it, so I'm happy to see it's still here on the 10 Pro. Obviously, the zoom has gotten better, which we talked about. And then those Pixel Snap cases, guys. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. Here, I mean, I'm also on screen, so I'll just show you this.
Got you.
I'll just show you this. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Let me get it naked.
Oh, it's going to be that kind of show. I wasn't expecting
Hold
that.
on. You see this green backside right here? Do you see this cute little green Bulbasaur?
It's wonderful. Oh my God.
Look
I'm
at
so
that.
happy.
He just snaps right on.
Look at that. That's wonderful.
We are so easily impressed because we haven't had this until now.
Well, I've been buying really fake MagSafe for years. So
but
finally.
It is really nice. You just
my collection of pop sockets and
right onto the device, and it just snaps right.
It works, by the way, with the Apple stuff. I was testing it with. I have a Belkin dock over here that it works perfectly fine without the case. It works with the Apple MagSafe charger. It works. It just works.
It just works. I was going to say, here we go. Pixel Snap is definitely one of the things that I'm really excited about. It makes me want to now get more of the mag.
It's fun. Join us.
The
it's fun over
accessories.
Here. I've got these in so many colors.
That can tap into it. Yeah. Cool. I think some of Yucks, the Daily Hub, Magic Q, which is
Are you
meant
getting
to.
that?
Yeah, they're I did get it a couple of times when I first set up the phone. The problem is, and so where it arrived is I got a notification that my daughter or my wife had sent me a message through messages. And when I looked at it in the notifications or in the app, it said, "Do you want to make this a priority contact?" I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's helpful. If I was getting a lot of messages from someone, it recognized, hey, you're getting a lot from this person, make it a priority contact. But I had already done that. When I clicked to say yes and it took me over there, it was already set up because I had done that before. So not yuck because it doesn't have promise, but yuck just because at least right now I haven't seen many compelling uses of it. And it might be the kind of thing that broadens over time. It gets better. I imagine it probably will. But I can definitely say a big resounding yuck for the fact that it is eSIM only. I am not a fan. I did not like destroying my physical SIM card in order to use this phone. That SIM card no longer works. If I end up with another phone that has only physical and doesn't have eSIM support, which maybe that's the bigger point. Are there phones coming out now that don't support eSIM? I'm sure there are. And
no, eSIM is because eSIM is widely adopted in overseas, so in Europe.
Yeah.
I will say, so I have 3 phone numbers, right? I have my main, and then I have a Mint Mobile number, and then I have a Google Fi number. I had a really hard time moving from the physical Mint Mobile SIM to an eSIM. So I ended up just putting that one in physically into the Z Fold 7, since I don't have cellular on that anymore. And I moved Google Fi from the iPhone to the Pixel 10 Pro. So now I'm running it on Google Fi, and I'm glad I did that because now I'm getting the real battery readout from having it connected to 5G and all that jazz. So,
okay. Well,
Google Fi experience was very easy for what it's worth.
Cool. I mean, it was very easy for me to switch over to the eSIM. I just, maybe it's one of those things that I just don't want to let go. I don't want to lose control. And now that I've done it, maybe I'll realize it's not that bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I didn't enjoy being kind of put into a position where I had to just kill my SIM card in order to use this phone.
Kill your darlings.
Yes. I don't like killing my darlings. I don't even like that saying.
I know.
My Yums, Pixel Snap. Yes, I totally agree. The Yum. Hold on one second. The quick settings customization is actually pretty cool. You can kind of go in here and you can tap and then resize and drag it all around and do all that kind of stuff. And I mean, it's not like I have massively, original customizations going on, but I like my flashlight to just be a tiny little button because that's all I really need it to be. And so it's nice. And then,
control center.
What's that?
It's very iOS control center, don't you guys think?
It does look a lot like that. Yeah, you're right. And it pulls in all of the theming, which I think kind of the bigger thing that I've spent a lot of time on. And in fact, today, timed with the embargo, on my channel, you can find a deep dive into Material 3 Expressive, what we get out of that on the Pixel 10. I go deep because I did a video a couple of months ago that did really well, kind of projecting, based on Google's news then. Now we actually have it. Now we actually have Material 3 Expressive littered throughout the experience, and it's kind of cool to see how it makes its way into these different places. And that's my dog. There we go. It says your dog's midsection is perfect for the wallpaper. But anyways, you get all these different customizations in like the wallpaper section in order to, it's a weird picture. Look, AI chose it. Okay. What can I say? Anyways, I really like Material 3 Expressive. One thing that I mentioned earlier that I wanted to check back on, because you were talking about haptics. So the volume slider, I don't know if you noticed this, Flo. This took me a while to notice. You probably will not notice if you try it right now, but put your ear up to your phone when you go up and down on the volume, and you will hear and feel the very faintest like rumble, like that grows and decreases as you go volume up and down. And those little like tangible qualities of Material 3 Expressive, I just really like those. The notification snap, where when I've got a notification up and I pull it out and then it releases, it goes boop, and it kind of releases from the stack, and you feel that the haptic kick. Those things are really satisfying. I don't know how many times I open up notifications and just do this.
Did you get the squiggle? Have you guys dealt with this? Either of you dealt with the squiggles yet?
I've got the squiggles
like the
on
squiggle
media playback.
Yeah.
Here, hold on one second.
I think it's in like music and video apps is the squiggle.
Is it for like progress? Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
I'm still getting used to it. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the squiggle of it all. Yeah, you see how it like swims? It's
yeah. I don't know. I like it. It brings some life to the experience, you know? So anyways, sure. I know we talked about the Pixel 10 a lot. Those are a few yucks and yums, though. And you've got a full review going up on the site. Is that right, Flo?
Ish, yes. Okay. I have a perspective.
You've got a perspective. Sorry. Cool. And that should be up timed with this episode or a little bit later?
God willing.
Okay. Yeah. Just go to the site. It'll be there eventually.
It will be. It'll be on the site. Just go to androidfaithful.com. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. 30 seconds, Huyen. Sorry, we spent 20 minutes and I'm giving you 30 seconds, but we have other things to talk about. But I'm curious, in your circles, are you hearing rumblings about kind of the need/desire to upgrade to Material 3 Expressive now that it's kind of out and rolling out and everything like that? What are you hearing?
Not really. So I think part of it is because, this is perception, is that usually, the releases have become all at once, they just drop it. And so there's kind of like a timing and a cadence that we have until, like the beta comes out, we start testing, you start fixing all the things that go wrong. And then with Material, it's even a weirder question. Mm-hmm. So this year, even like I think like 3 weeks ago, someone was asking me at work about something for Android 16. And that was like 3 weeks ago. So I think that the way they're rolling it out, where they prioritize rolling it out to certain phones, is kind of fracturing the response quite a bit. Mm-hmm. It's probably better for you all that got it early, but I think from a dev perspective, it kind of it altered our perception and our cadence. And I think, unfortunately, Material 3 Expressive, just because of the way that it has historically been adopting Material for developers, it's like, and as a user, I'm very excited. I'm kind of jelly. I don't have a 10 yet, and I love what I'm hearing from you guys about the experiential changes to it. It's going to be forever until you see a hint of that, maybe in like some of your favorite apps. Like maybe an individual developer really likes it and wants to adopt it, and that's great. I think it's going to be a while. So a lot of times these things kind of hit us and like, it's great, but when do we get like components that we can just plug and play to do this? So it's going to be a while, but I do like it very much.
I give Google a lot of credit for the fact that most of their primary apps are already pretty updated. And often in the past you get the new thing and then you open and then you're waiting months for all of their apps to be updated, let alone third-party developers. And right now it's just like Play Store isn't, which I think is a real curious thing to not be updated. Maps really isn't. Like there's a few, but for the most part, most of those touches are making their way into their apps at least. The bigger picture, like you point out, is just like when and if do the third-party developers actually adopt it? Who the heck knows? And we won't know the answer for that for probably a year or a couple of years. Right?
If they keep if they keep doing this kind of style where they get all the first party apps together, it'll eventually trickle in, because we do use first party apps a lot as our North Star and as our way of pushing, hey, we should do this. Look how cool this is. But it's the right strategy. It's kind of like turning the boat around, that big boat that Flo had pictures of. It's going to take a bit to turn the golden bear around.
Big boats are hard to turn.
They are very hard.
I watch a lot of Below Deck.
I like big boats. Cannot lie. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Huyen. We're going to take a quick break, come back, and talk about some app news. All right. Starting with you, Win. What you got?
Well, Google is coming for that little green owl, that little duo, because Google Translate is starting to launch, and I think we've talked about leaks and rumors and hints of this stuff, but people are starting to see the Google Translate language learning feature out in the wild a little bit. It is quite limited. So it currently supports teaching Spanish to English speakers and English to speakers of Spanish, Portuguese, and French. But if you're interested in either of these language learning situations, you can get a look at what kind of Google's approach to language learning will be. It's a lot more stripped down. You don't have, and if you do Duolingo regularly, you know the weird eldritch horrors and the weird guilt that Duolingo puts on you. Mm-hmm. It's really weird, you guys. The marketing team at Duolingo has a huge budget and probably enjoy themselves very much. Google Translate is taking a little bit more of a kind of reserve tack. And they are trying to really make this a serious effort. I think they do for this kind of a preliminary release are asking you, hey, like, what are your goals? And trying to like tailor certain things to like the things that you want. It's pretty simple right now. Like, for example, if you're on the video stream, Jason is showing like an example where you can practice Spanish. It has like a goal, and they're kind of specific goals, like, maybe business phrases, being able to order food, being able to get to know your host family better is the example that we can see. And then it gives you certain scenarios and gives you like phrases around those scenarios. So it is a gentler approach. It's not too dissimilar from Duolingo, but it is definitely coming for Duolingo's lunch. So yes, it's going to be a bit for more language combinations to roll out over time. And yeah, I don't know if you have it and you're actually seriously using it, please let us know. I am an avid Duolingo user and I have opinions, thoughts, and feelings, not all of them good. So I'd be kind of curious, especially since Google Translate, while not perfect, is pretty astounding in regards to translation power. I would be super interested.
I mean, 90 Day Fiancé marriages have been predicated completely on Google Translate.
So see, there you go, given that. Maybe they could definitely teach you Spanish. So
there you go. See. Cool. All right.
Love it. Well, next bit of news.
Yes.
Next bit of news is that Spotify still won't give us a hi-fi version of the music we listen to, but hey, now you can send a message to your friend inside the Spotify app again.
Sorry.
This is a feature that used to exist back in the early heydays of Spotify, those who remember, and I actually have been around that long with Spotify. Now, if you have a song or an album or a playlist you want to share, in addition to being able to share it on Instagram and TikTok and wherever else, you'll also be invited to share it within an inline message with your Spotify friends.
Okay.
So
you can DM and they're sort of encrypted. I say sort of because they are also scanning for inappropriate content. So they're not fully encrypted if they're scanning for inappropriate content. Just FYI.
Yeah, please don't break up with people over Spotify messages. Like, that stuff needs to be done on Signal. Okay.
We used to complain about Google putting messaging in everything. Is it? I mean,
I will say,
if you spend a lot of time in an app, I guess it makes sense to have messaging there, I guess. I don't know.
The social aspect I get. I'm a member now of 2 Spotify music leagues, and it actually has been a really fun experience to share music. Yeah, it's kind of almost like every week there's a theme, you pick songs, and then a song list is generated and you vote. The social aspect, I get it, because it allows people to share music. You generally have to listen. It's easiest to listen on Spotify, so I can see why they're going at that tack. It's because it's increasing engagement. But yes, not having hi-fi audio is really annoying. But it seems like most other companies are focusing on engagement and metrics.
Engagement, keeping you
like those widgets. We got to know who's using the widgets.
Yeah, I got to know how many people are DMing inside of Spotify.
Oh God.
Probably a lot, actually. There's probably a lot.
I'm going to go have a fight with someone on the Spotify messages. I'm just going to be like...
Yeah, do they have like a creator program so I can get maximum engagement and monetize my content? No? Okay.
I mean...
Actually, they do.
This economy, honey?
They do. It's called releasing albums and getting people to listen to them. That's their creator program. It's a little different than the other ones. And finally, Gemini. Oh, you were hoping we would talk about Gemini. Has a new upgrade, which apparently began appearing on Ella Marina, which is an AI model ranking site. And people were noticing this model that was ranking and taking it by storm called Nano Banana. And now we know that Nano Banana is Gemini 3.5. Trying to pull it up here. Flash image. So Gemini 2.5, sorry, Gemini 2.5 flash image. And this allows you to upload a few images of different subjects. So it could be a person or a place or whatever. And you can merge those two things into a single image, or those three things into a single image. I forgot to move it over, but I took a picture of my two dogs laying on the couch. And then I took another picture of me and I said, make an image of the three of us sitting in front of the entrance to Six Flags. And it totally did it. And actually, like, part of why this is so interesting is because the AI rendering, or if you want to call it that, of the likenesses is really well done. And it was super fast. I was pretty impressed with how fast it was. But it totally looked like me sitting there on the ground in front of Six Flags with my dogs, except Bronson was a little smaller than he actually is in real life. But anyways, so you can do that. You can also apply the style of one image to another. Yeah, there you go. I'm sure that's coming to Google Photos someday soon. Have either of you gotten the Google Photos thing where you can make a movie out of a still image?
Yeah.
You have? I don't know that I've seen
weird.
it yet. Yeah,
It's weird.
No doubt it's weird.
It's weird. Andy Anatko, my partner on the Material podcast, which I do on the Relay Network, he tried it on a picture of, I forget the actor's full name, but Giancarlo, he played the bad guy drug lord in Breaking Bad.
Oh, Giancarlo
Esposito? Yeah, okay.
Yes, thank you. Anyway, he used it on a picture of him, and it was weird. It was weird. It was weird. It made him like stick out his tongue, like it was really weird. It was weird.
Which isn't necessarily something
we didn't like it.
Yeah,
we weren't.
It was unsettling. Yeah, I don't know that I've received the update to allow me to do that yet. Yeah, I'll have to look for it. I'll have to get distracted by it. But Nano Banana coming to a Gemini near you. All right. Should we hop into some emails and then round things out?
Yes.
Starting with you, Wynn. What you got?
Yeah, and we've got an email from Kyle about, of course, the Pixel 10s, but specifically the Fold. Hey, F Crew. Hey, F Crew. F Crew. Hey, F Crew. Hey, AF Crew. I was listening to your episode on the Made by Google event and heard you discussing the Pixel Pro Fold phones. So I wanted to chime in. I just pre-ordered the Fold 10 and I've owned both previous Fold models. Currently using the Fold 9. While I really enjoyed them, I definitely encountered some issues. My main reason for pre-ordering the Fold 10 is Google's updated hinge mechanism. My two previous Folds had problems with the hinge and connections across it, both requiring repairs from Google. I wasn't initially planning to upgrade, but I'm hopeful that the improved hinge will resolve the issues I've had with previous models. If the Fold 10's hinge proves reliable, I'll likely continue using the Fold line as I truly appreciate the extra screen space. However, if I experience similar problems with the Fold 10, I'll probably switch from Google's foldable phones to either Samsung or a non-folding Pixel. Thanks for all your reporting, Kyle from Tampa, Florida.
Are you, have you pre-ordered the Fold?
Yes, I did.
You did? Okay.
I did. I don't disagree with Kyle at all, and I never talked about it on the show. I didn't have hinge issues, but I had issues, and I don't have my Folds with me. But with like the bezel, like the metal piece that was like around the bezel actually started coming up like near the hinge.
Oh, that's right.
I kind of mentioned it.
I've been seeing this on Reddit, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, like the parts of the bezel near the hinge start like clipping into the hinge. And they started to peel back. And that was within a month. I can't believe I never mentioned it on the show. But
yeah,
so
I just read a Reddit post about that the other day.
Okay, yeah. So confirm. There were some durability issues. So Kyle, I'm with you there. I really like the form factor. I love that it's IP68, although of course that every time you drop it, it becomes a little less IP68. And also every time you probably open and fold it becomes it's like diminishingly IP68. So that probably should be less of a selling point. But yeah, pixel snap and all that kind of stuff. So I'm with you, Kyle. I will say I really love the Z Fold 7. Like I'm enjoying it so much. So if you do have to switch, not a bad time to switch. So there you go.
Okay. All right. And then Flo, what you got?
What do I have?
What on earth do you have?
What do I have? We've got a letter from Kev, a patron. Hey, gang. Thanks for the watch along with the Pixel 10 announcement. Thank you so much, Kev, by the way, for thanking us for that, because we were hoping you guys would like it. I ordered a Pixel 10 Pro to replace my 8 Pro. I had the standard 10 in blue in my cart and was excited for the color and price after trade-in until I realized only the 10 has a temperature sensor. Call it weird, but I like the temp sensor on my 8 Pro for checking health and also cooking surface temp, quick and easy. It is disappointing to not have better color choices on the Pro models. I ordered Moonstone. I'd plan on upgrading this cycle anyway, so it was just a matter of model. I didn't go with XL and hope the slightly smaller size is better for the pocket and pocketbook and isn't an issue with my aging vision. Sucks to approach age 50 with other vision challenges. I'm happy with Pixel Snap after using a mouse MagSafe compatible case on my 8 Pro for the last year. Kev.
Nice.
Thank you, Kev. And I think I can show you on camera very quickly the relative. Now I haven't set up this phone yet, which is why you can hear me taking it apart. But so the Pixel 10 Pro and the Pixel 10 are the same exact size.
Yes, right.
So what you're basically choosing is whether you want that XL experience in the Pro. And
right.
You already said you're not getting the XL, but just to show you like relative, this is basically what the height difference is. And then here is the Pixel 10. And you notice that the Pixel 10 looks, it's a teeny tiny.
I think they're the same. No,
wee.
they are the same.
No, it's the same.
Yeah, they take the same case and everything, so they are the same.
So,
it's just the XL that's just a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Unrelated to everything, other than the fact that I said that I was going to distract myself to make sure. And I did indeed turn this photo into video, and apparently they decided to make me blowing a bubble. So there you go.
See?
This is the choice that Google made. Thanks a lot, Google. Thank you for that. And then finally, let's see here. Pull up the right email. Finally, it is Brian in Scotland from the Pixel 9a. Says, hi all, the favorites tab in the phone app. It was so easy to use and so easy to see all my nearest and dearest. Google has really cocked it all up. His words. I suppose they call it simplification, but it's just change for change's sake without considering what us older users want. That is a nice, simple way to find our friends and relatives without having to trawl through all the rubbish. I don't care who rang me last. I don't need that on the same page. I just want to see my favorites. I want my favorites tab back. Yes, I know there are VIPs, but those are in a widget that doesn't even allow us to sort them alphabetically. Yeah, that's true. That widget is just a pain in the butt. It gets in the way. I have a nice, neat desktop, and now this VIP widget encroaches like a sore thumb. Well, it did until I deleted it. They've also changed the clock app. Why? What is wrong with them? What was wrong with the previous apps? Is there any way to revert back to previous versions? Please tell me if I can. Yes, Michelle, I imagine you told us about these changes, but I can't retain everything you tell us. However, keep up the good work, Brian in Scotland.
Don't forget the smiley face for the audio listeners. There was a smiley face
with keep up the good work. I don't know that there is a way for you to revert back to old versions of those apps unless you, what was that APK Mirror?
APK Archive or APK?
APK
Mirror.
Okay.
was the one that I always referred to years ago. And yeah, it's still going. I don't know. You could maybe go there and find an old version, but you're just you're just playing a game there, trying to, kind of whack-a-mole game. I don't know. I used to go here all the time, and I don't really anymore.
Yeah.
But anyways.
And you can still sideload.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah.
If you want to, you can. That might be the only way to replace those old things. I don't know. The new phone app doesn't bother me. I would show it if it didn't mean that I would expose all of my contacts and contact information. So I'm not going to show it, but it doesn't bother me. There is a call out for me. The top row has like 5 or 6 avatars of my favorites, but then there's a view contacts button right next to it, and that pulls me into all of my favorites, which is the same as tapping the favorites button on the bottom if it was there. So I don't know. 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, in my opinion. But we all use our phones differently, and I respect that you don't like it, Brian. Thank you for writing in.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what's up?
Oh, I also made a photo into a video also for while we were waiting. Hold on, let me show you. Let me zoom in. So this was like just me and my husband at Anime NYC, and then it animated us moving, but it gave me painted nails and made my nose less Asian as we walked away. So we're waving at the camera. Somehow confetti comes down.
That's not you.
It's not me. It's me at the start, and then it becomes not me all of a sudden. And it kind of sort of doesn't become my husband at the end.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Isn't that funny?
So
weird.
it's so good, but then it's also so noticeable. It's like the Uncanny Valley.
It's super Uncanny Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute though. Sort of.
It's interesting. It is interesting. I'll say that.
God, less Asian there.
I know. It's like the very first frame is you, and then everything else is like making a guess.
It tried.
It tried its best. You got to give it credit for that.
100%.
Big thank you to everybody for watching and listening each and every week. Thank you for allowing us to deliver this podcast one day later. I hope you understand why we did that, so that you can get the full Pixel 10 Yuck and Yum experience. Do not forget that we do Android Faithful After Hours for our patrons of a certain tier. So go to patreon.com/Android Faithful and you can find what tier that is. I think it's the $10 tier. But anyways, you get access to a whole other bonus show, which we have actually at the point of this recording already recorded. And it is a long one. So you get lots of extra stuff if you're in on the After Hours bandwagon. This time around. So thank you for your support.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's start with you, Flo. What do you want to point people to?
Well, as I mentioned, I do a podcast with Andy and Atko on the Relay Network called Material. You go to relay.fm/material if you want to check that out. We talk about Google. So we're going to be talking more about this week. And also florenceion.com if you want to join my Discord or find links to stuff I'm doing. That's the best place to head out.
Indeed it is. Thank you, Flo. Great to have you here. And of course, newsletter on androidfaithful.com.
Yes, and the newsletter. Please sign up for the newsletter, which comes out every Friday.
That's right. What about you, Win?
I'm an Android developer. It's been my job for like 12, 13, 14 years now, and I love it, and I love doing this with y'all. If you're interested in my Android developer stuff, randomlytyping.com. Not really doing social media these days, so yeah, I guess just check me out there or check me out here on the show, or I guess also DTS briefings Thursdays and Fridays if you want to hear more of my voice. Cool. And that's it. I don't know why my cadence is like this, but
I don't know. But
I like it.
Okay, I like it.
I'm so happy. I feel like I've missed being on shows with Flo, so I'm very happy that Flo's here.
Aww.
And so am I.
Yeah, I love it. We've got a good bench. Mm-hmm. I love how it all rotates around and everything like that. Different combos for different days. You can find my work all over the internet, ZDNet, DTNS, AI Inside. Go to youtube.com and search for Jason Howell. Guy. If you go to my YouTube page right now, you will find my Material 3 expressive deep dive into the Pixel 10. I promise you it is worth watching. So go there and watch that. And that'd make me happy if you did that. Big thanks to everyone for the ongoing support of everything we do here at Android Faithful, androidfaithful.com. If you want to find out what we are up to, what we are writing, what we are podcasting, all the things. We try and throw as much stuff up there as we can without overwhelming you with stuff. But you'll find some great stuff there. And like we said, the newsletter as well, and patreon.com/AndroidFaithful. And I'm sure I missed things, but, the music's playing me out. So I'm just going to leave it there and hopefully go to bed soon. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Android Faithful. Bye.
Bye.